It's a history that can only be heard or seen through the walls of a salon. In this week's Totally Tallahassee, we go to Lake Ella to meet the man who started one of the oldest remaining barbershops in town.
There had to be 30, 40,000 people there.
A barber's chair, a place where those who are lucky can hear some of the most unique stories.
Met lots of cool people. Let's see, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 governors.
Barber Gerald Frances McCarthy is one of the lucky ones.
And for a while there we were open until 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night.
Who can now sit for hours talking about the history he's witnessed right here in this shop. He opened the Lake Ella Barber Shop back in 1938.
This had just become available. It had been a motel up until that time, and then they rented the individual buildings out. So I was the first tenant.
Almost 40 years later, the sounds of razors and scissors still fill the space with a history that goes back decades.
In World War II, they used it for officers' building. This is where the officers stayed. And there were Air Corps out here at Mabry Field.
Dale Mayberry Army Airfield was a major fighter pilot training base during the war.
Produce that out.
McCarthy says shortly after he bought the building, it was turned into a church for the 1986 film Something Wild with Jeff Daniels and Melanie Griffith.
And the guy, they wake him up in the parking lot of the church, and when he leaves, he pulls out and turns right towards the lake, and all of a sudden he's out in the country somewhere. So you know how they do it with Hollywood. That was a great movie, actually. It's fun.
Cutting hair was always supposed to be a temporary job after McCarthy moved to Florida from Michigan. All these years later, this shop has become a staple on Lake Ella that is totally Tallahassee.
Well, I hope it stays here forever.
Now, if you know a place or a person that you feel is totally Tallahassee, we want to know about it here at Sunrise Weekends. You can tell us your submission by heading to our website at WTXL.tv.